Hey guys, here's Jimak with another Battlefield video. I'd like to give you my thoughts on the freshly released expansion pack called Battlefield Call of Duty, Close Quarters. It came out yesterday in case you went for the Battlefield Premium pack, which, doesn't sound that much appealing unless you're into, having a special knife and gun decals and that sort of rubbish that you really don't need. But, it gets you the DLC faster, so I just went for it. And we played with my Czech friends a little. We went for we actually played on my friend's server, and it was set to have 300% tickets. We played one of the new modes that's called Conquest Domination, which is really interesting in that it caters for these small maps by allowing you to randomly spawn as you do in Team Deathmatch right now. And you cap flags just like in Conquest, except it goes really, really fast. Even if you're alone and the neutralizing phase takes a little while, but then the actual capping takes like a second. And if there's two guys, it's just instant. And so there's a lot of capping. You have to either have a same team that sticks to a particular flag, or you're gonna be running like a madman with a shotgun, which is another thing. So let me talk about the maps first. So there's 4 maps. We've seen from the trailer that there's the Donya Fortress and the Ziba Tower, which are very tight. They're like, shotgun galore, especially Donya Fortress, which has, impenetrable walls where you can hide, and there's all these corridors. I mean, there's these slightly open areas in the middle, but if you're running a shotgun, there's really easy. It is really easy for you to avoid these open areas and just, circle the map through the tight corners. So I haven't been using shotguns much, but in this one game, I've unlocked pretty much, the complete set of attachment for a shotgun, especially when we're playing the 300% ticket server. So it's really shotgun heavy, so that is good. Another thing worth noting is that the frame rates are constant. They're 30 frames, and it doesn't glitch even if stuff explodes around you, and it's really fast. If you don't have a fast connection, if you have a DSL, you will not enjoy this expansion pack because it is solely it's Call of Duty. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it is very much about reflexes and having jump on someone, because everybody's running shotguns, and it's really fast, especially with the random spawns. It's a mayhem, and I didn't even manage to just look at the mini map, because that's what you would be doing. I mean, you probably will be able to train to that, but it was so fast paced that I wasn't able to. So that's Ziba Tower and Donya Fortress. Very tight, very small. Doing the 300% ticket counts on these is a little tiring. If you're gonna have these maps mixed in the regular Battlefield maps, I think it's gonna be a nice thing. I think they're better than Metro in that regard, but I mean, it's the beginning of these maps, so maybe people will just camp up some corners after a while. But right now, it's nice, and if it's fast, if it's like 6-minute round, it's gonna be nice. It's better than Metro in that there's no like choke points where people would just sit behind a corner and just peek, shoot, come back. there are multiple ways to get to a certain area, so there's always flank routes, and there's these random spawns, so people will always be able to get behind you. So it's a mayhem, but in a good way, I think. But then there's two maps that I think like immediately cater to me more than these very tight ones, and that's Scrap Metal and Operation 95. These maps are bigger, and that might mean, well, then it's less action-packed, but to me it's more about, because you still need to cap the flags. They're important, so people are going to stick to them. And these open areas mean that you will be able to use something else than a shotgun. There's new guns in the game. I've only opened up the assault rifle, the AUG, which I loved in Bad Company 2, but it's not really good for this map. This map favors a fast kill, so you want to run with something that has a higher fire rate. So you know, your AUGs and G3s are probably out of question. But I did run with the F2000, and it's working pretty well. Too bad the Operation 925 setting is very close to the Ziba Tower. You know, you're running around in offices, and despite them being nice offices, there's like pools and bars scattered around. It's still an office. The scrapyard, or I mean scrap metal map, reminds me a lot of Killzone. It's very dark, industrial, of course, and there's shadowy places and very bright places. And there's even a train. There's a section where you're running on top of some pipes across the two large sections of the factory. And if you fall down, you're outside of the map, and there's also a train coming, so that even more reminded me of Killzone, but not in a bad way. It's a very nice map. And those, as I mentioned, those two maps are big in that you can actually use other weapons than shotguns. And so that's about what I've been able to figure out from playing the game yesterday. I will have some time today to play, but I won't be able to post the video. I'm off. I will be taking a break from Battlefield, so when I come back, people will probably know the camp spots. I've already met some people that were close to the flag in a corner laying down. So the Call of Duty syndrome will be there, but I think, you know, with the multiple routes, you probably will be able to find an angle on anybody. So while this is Call of Duty, I'm actually pretty happy about having it. It's Call of Duty with the familiar controls and you know, all sorts of guns that you can pick, and I think DICE did a good job of bringing this sort of mayhem, fast action into the Battlefield. Of course, sadly, it is a DLC, so not everybody will have it, which is a shame, because I would love to have these maps thrown in within the epic big, you know, maps that we also love in Battlefield. It looks like there's gonna be people running servers that are close quarters, infantry based, and there's gonna be the servers where there's you know, vehicles in, which is kind of a shame. I like to have a varying gameplay throughout the game night. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I will be out for a while, so feel free to post some love in the comments section and like the video. And when I come back, it's gonna have 1,000 views and 500 comments. Thanks for that, guys. Cheers, I'll talk to you later. Oh, and one more thing I forgot. The RPK extended mag goodness is gone. So RPK is dead.